Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtianygo here, and today I'm coming at you with my top 24 22nd place Yummy deck profile for you guys. Yummy has been one of the best decks of the previous format and post the ban list. It has become the best deck of the format. I can firmly say so. It does have a few rough matches here and there. For the most part, I think this deck is absolutely just insane. So we're gonna go ahead and go by the card by card, guys. I'm gonna show you guys deck list, what I played, decision making, things like that. But hope you guys do enjoy. At the end of this, if you guys do, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe for more types of content like this. If you guys not see my boy Aaron, he got 21st place, one above me, playing Jirok Fire King. So if you guys have not seen that, make sure you guys check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. You can also check on the channel for the one I uploaded right previous to this. But Houston Regional Game Guys, they do a great job of hosting the events. They has a live stream of it. Unfortunately, your boy didn't get on this live stream, but we'll get there one day. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. Quick shout outs to my boy Rob and my boy Fail for helping me test so much. Shout out to my locals, Legendary Cardboard Games here in Tascasita, Greater Houston area, and shout out to the homie Kyle who stuck it out so I who stuck it out so I could have better tiebreakers. So I appreciate you, Kyle. Let's go ahead and get right into them. Let's see. So, also shout out to Nelson that helped hook me up with the first marshmallow. If you guys do not know, link to his channel in the description as well. So we played 2 copies of Marshmallow. Marshmallow is an insane card. I don't think 3 is necessary. I mean, I could have got my hands on 3, but I chose to just play 2 for the event. I think 2 is just fine. At the end of the day, you are technically playing more yummy names than you were before because we're maxing out on all of the other ones, right? So a little glare on that one, but you already know that's the Marshmallow. So we still played 3 copies of the Cupsy. We played 3 copies of the Cookie, and then 3 copies of Lollipo. So all makes sense. Nothing really too crazy to see here. I mean, realistically, you want to max out all the names. I mean, there's some people who are cutting Cookie, cutting Lollipo to 2 each. It's good to do as a side pattern, especially if you're going second. You need to see more interruption and less starters, technically. So that's one reason I would cut Engine, because the deck is already extremely consistent already. But realistically, I think 11 summons in the deck and 11 one-card starters for just monsters is going to be really, really good. You can play one other Marshmallow, but if I were to play it in this deck, I'll play it as my 41st card because it is a 40-card build. So right there, we play 3 copies of Engage, 1 copy of Hornet Drones. Pretty self-explanatory. 1 Obedience School. Again, not really going to get too much into here. You have to play these as just free extenders. Free real estate, as they say. 1 copy of Pot of Prosperity. 2 Yummy Surprise. I've seen some people cutting this down to 1. I think that's a mistake. I think keeping this card at 2 is definitely correct. You want to make sure you see it. You can activate multiple of its effects on the same turn. And yes, you can recycle it with Marshmallow, but even more so to even have that additional backup surprise just in case is just super, super good. And always seeing 2 or 1 in your opening hand, searching a second one is super broken. So I definitely love having 2 surprise in the deck. Both field spells, of course. I know early on in the builds we were thinking just Dominion, but a Crocky has definitely proven itself as being able to hold its own as also a fantastic field spell for the deck. I think both are absolutely mandatory. This one for extension, this one to protect your board, and realistically with the amount of different names that you have and different ways to extend, I think I go into a Crocky more than Minion. Unless I can only extend by special summoning that one from the graveyard. But I think 8 Crocky is definitely the one you go into first, get that interruption, and then if your opponent goes battle phase or whatever, then you can try to go into the minion for the attack point boost. That way they can't beat over your stuff. So we play also for the last non-engine with before hand traps 1 copy of Trouble Tactics Talents. It was a last minute decision to put this in the main deck. It was originally in the side deck previously, which I liked, don't get me wrong, but having this in the main deck was so good. I mean, I was drawing this card left and right, which a big reason why we ended up winning was this card actually came in super clutch. Against our last 2 opponents. We went up against Snake Eye Malice in the 7th round, which was in just insane deck. But Talents helped us rip the Impulse, which allowed us to then extend and get the game there. And then for the non-engine, we played 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Fua, 3 copies of Effect Veiler, 3 copies of Ghost Bell, 3 copies of Dominus Purge, and 3 copies of Imperm. So I play these hand traps because I feel like this gave us the best opportunity to win. Realistically, with the amount of hand traps you play in this deck, the amount of drawing you do as well, with like the cup C as well, you can choose to draw, and there's a lot of times I would choose to draw as well if it's my opponent's turn. Just really no need to search, because you really just want more interruptions. And if you're going first and you're using a lot of your yummy combo pieces right off the rip, searching off cup C, searching off cup C way, so on and so forth, getting the field spells from the deck, realistically, it puts your percentage of drawing a hand trap that much higher. So it's much better to get a cup C search on your opponent's turn. I mean, a cup C draw 1, because you're likely to see a hand trap or non-engine to be able to continue to interrupt your opponent. So Fuo was absolutely goated. Ash obviously super good at countering your opponent's Molcharmy, so I wanted to go ahead and play that. I wanted to play Effect Veiler just because I thought that Draco Tail would be super big into it, and this Effect Veiler and Ghost Bell are really good into Draco Tail because they go normal summon Malulu, normal summon Lucius. You can just negate it and you're quote unquote safe from that interaction. You can also Effect Veiler the Arthalion, because this doesn't have to be the next thing in the chain, so I really like that about Effect Veiler. And then Ghost Bell obviously is just insanely broken against not only Draco Tail traps, which this can actually help negate, but you can actually, this counters Yummy extremely well. Also Mitsurugi. So as far as Ghost Bell is concerned, it has to be a main deck staple. I was playing Ghost Ogre and I thought about Nib, but I think those are too broad. And Ghost Ogre, I think it was fantastic in the previous format, not so much this format. Just because I feel like Yummy is going to be running around everywhere, which I was correct. I think I had 3 or 4 Yummy matches. Pretty much half my day was mirror matches, which was fun. But yeah, I think Ghost Bell is definitely the right call. Then obviously Purge, Imperm are just like dynamic 2 combos. Imperm for the same reasons as Effect Veiler. Also Imperm draw phase on my opponent's Snatchy is absolutely broken. And then Dominus Purge with the trap card is insane, but also just other ways to be able to negate any type of draw effects. Negates the Ketu, I think it's the one to add ones. Well, you can do Ash on the Rahu as well, so there's a way you can go ahead and break that up. So I think those are by far the best hand traps for it. Just be careful with Purge. You might lock yourself out of Kagari effects, SP Little Knight, which I accidentally did twice, so just be on the lookout for that. Well, not accidentally, I just forgot, and then my opponent reminded me, so it is what it is. So we got 3 copies of Yummy Snatchy. Anything less than this is criminal. All 3 of the Yummy Synchros as well. I think just one of each obviously is definitely just fine. Cashier Unicorn is really not a big thing in the format, and True King Lithosogem is not as real a card as I feel like it should be, personally, because if you go, if you end up going that route with Lithosogem and banish these 3 names, like, your deck is just cooked. So that's something to keep in mind. And then for the other Synchros, we played Herald, Metal Marcher, and Starham. Starham didn't come up a single time, so that's something to consider. I would still keep it in just because I think its versatility is really good, because I only saw a Beating School maybe once during the entire tournament, so that's something that I definitely want to keep in mind moving forward. So Metal Marcher was definitely the MVP of the level 3 synchros. And then for the remaining links, we play 1 copy of Kagari, 1 copy of the Almirage, which was actually pretty funny. Because there's some games where I actually had to get real creative with my synchro summons. Link Spider actually came up twice for me when they would interrupt me, because I'd like to leave the token on board and I'll just do synchro plays with my Kagari and my level 1s, things like that, but they would get rid of my Link ones, so then I had to go into Link Spider twice. So it actually came up super clutch. We're still playing the SP Low Knight, of course, and I did still opt to play 1 copy of the Onari. Onari, obviously, it seems a bit redundant right now with the Marshmallow, but it actually can still come up just to clear your board. Say, for example, if you do Purge, your SP Little Knight is dead, and there's 1 play where if they stop your extension or stop your Cup C search, you can still go Lollipo, Yummy Way to summon 2 back, and you have 2 monsters, but realistically there's a lot of times where it's just a Link 1 and a level 1, who both are negated because of Lollipo's effect. so that you need to get them back into the graveyard, but you don't want to lose out on the advantage. So what you do is you link those two into Onari, and then you can go ahead and set the surprise or the Hornet Drones or whatever quick play spell that you may have. There's a few times I had when I did summon this, I had to summon back the Hornet Drones, but that left me with additional extension and follow up, which I did appreciate. And I still had the Lollipop as well in the grave, so that's something to consider. And then the 15th card was the Sky Crisis, which actually did not come up a single time for me. Let's see. We played 3 copies of Molcharmi Perulia. Honestly, pretty underwhelming. Surprisingly, I thought this card would be a lot better, but it really wasn't. I should have listened to my boy Rob, but it is what it is. Retaliating Sea, which I thought was extremely good. When it went off, it was good. I did make it one time against what's it called? Orchis Mitsu, but then they just went ding, send it, and then they didn't care anyway. So that's unfortunate. Drawer Lockbird, I only saw it once, and when I did see it, I had to normal summon it so I could have a link one. So it was underwhelming as well. Basically, what I'm trying to say is all these were unfortunately underwhelming given my circumstances, because I didn't really see them in optimal times or see them at all. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. And then, but with the cards that did come up super clutch is Called By on the what's it called? The Mitsurugi Mirakumo was crazy. Saved me in one of my duels. We played 3 copies of Solemn Warning with 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. So there was 2 ways I could go, and then last card was 1 copy of Anti-Spell, which was actually came in pretty clutch. But the theory was with playing 3 Warning over like 2 Thrust and a D Barrier, or 2 Thrust and a what's it called, Black Goat Labs, is that this just automatically puts a stop to the summon in general overall. And this can also hit the Draco Tail spells, which surprisingly we didn't go up against a single Draco Tail, so it is what it is. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, I think Solemn Warning was absolutely just ridiculous. Also, if they did go, if like in the Yummy Mirror match, if they go Synchro into Cupsy, which is obviously first action, you Solemn Warning it, and then it pretty much shuts off all of the follow-up that a Yummy player could have, unless they have an additional name in the hand. So Solemn Warning is just extremely strong. I absolutely love it. In the event you're going up against a link-based deck, obviously Warning is just crazy strong as well. So that's why I decided to go ahead and play these. But yeah, that's going to be my 15 card side deck, and that's going to be it for the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We finally did it, guys. We got our invite to Nats once again with the yummy strategy. Shout out to Justin Bieber. And yeah, without further ado, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see y'all at Nats.